Here is a statement by Mr. Gough Whitlam, Majority Leader in the House of Representatives.
3 nights ago, you were given what was described as a statement of national importance on the Australian economy. Before I comment, I want to remind you of this. This very week, the heads of government of the United States, Japan, Britain, West Germany, Italy and France, the major Western countries, our major trading partners, held an historic, unprecedented meeting in Paris to seek international answers to what is acknowledged to be a world economic crisis. We're going to hear a great deal of hysteria and nonsense about the economy in the weeks ahead. What was totally missing from Mr. Fraser's account was any mention of the most basic fact of all, that our difficulties are shared by every other Western nation. Of course, unemployment and inflation are higher today than when Labor came in, but they are higher in all other comparable countries, every one, without exception. The world has been passing through its worst economic upheaval in 40 years, the worst since the Great Depression. Australia has not escaped, though the recession in Australia has been a good deal less severe than it has been in other countries. But Australia, alone among the Western democracies, has had an opposition that has done its best to sabotage the prospects of recovery. For a whole month, at a critical time in the nation's affairs, the opposition held up the national budget in its attempt to gain power. The greatest single instrument of economic management was blocked and frustrated. The real question we must ask is this: which party is more likely to lead us through this difficult time with the minimum of hardship, the minimum of suffering for all Australians, and to complete the process of recovery already begun? Mr. Fraser told us on Monday that recovery was a myth. The evidence, in fact, points to very definite early signs of recovery. They were acknowledged by Mr. Lynch himself only last Thursday, 2 days after he was installed as Treasurer. Mr. Lynch pointed out that the latest Treasury statistics contained hopeful signs. Those were his actual words. And he added that the prospect of an economic recovery was in the balance. So by Mr. Lynch's own admission, there are hopeful signs and a prospect of recovery. I mentioned some of these hopeful signs. The housing sector is well on the way to healthier levels of activity. Rural export prospects are improving. Overtime earnings are increasing. Short to medium interest rates have been easing downwards. Production statistics suggest that output is on the way back. The balance of trade continues to be favourable. And as we know, in the September quarter, we had the best cost of living figures for 5 years, 2.9%.